Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another purchase or pass. Normally when I go through these purchase or pass videos, I've already got my makeup done and I kind of just sit here and chit chat with you. But today, as you can see, that is not the case and I am running a little bit short on time. So I thought it would be fun for me to do my makeup and also talk to you about these items as we go through. And of course, I want to give a special shout out to Trend Mood 1. That's pretty much where I go to see what is up and coming and what the new releases are. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm probably not going to say everything I'm using, but it will be linked below and I will try to kind of show you as we go. So first here from Beauty Blender, they have released this Dream Swirl Blend and, is that Cleanse? Yeah, set by obviously Beauty Blender, but it's basically a limited edition beauty blender that looks kind of like a sherbet swirl, a two-toned orange and white swirl design for $20. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna spend $20 on a beauty blender when honestly my two favorites are this one from e.l.f. that's $5 and this one from Wet n Wild that's under $5 as well. Like you just can't convince me. You just can't convince me. So for me, that's definitely going to be a pass. Yeah, like this person. Do people really care about a design on a sponge that's going to get dirty and you have to throw out? No. You are spot on, my friend. So now we have coming from Artist Couture, their Spring 2021 collection, Ethereal Blue. Now I have to give it to them. This packaging is beautiful. It absolutely, as soon as I see it, it makes me think of the beach, like the ocean and the sand. So for that, kudos to them. But as far as the colors, it's not really anything that is super like making me want to jump on it, quite honestly. I mean, the blue is pretty, the purple's it's pretty, but not enough that I'm going to spend $30 on it, if you catch my drift. So we have the 8 shades. There are mattes and shimmers. The packaging could not be more perfect. Well, it's kind of pretty for spring as in flowers, but also makes me think of the ocean, so it could obviously transition into summertime. So in that sense, I think that this is smart, but for me, it's not something that I'm going to end up purchasing or would purchase if I had the money to spend on it. If my eyeshadow looks a little bit different, I accidentally grabbed a brush that was straight up orange shadow, so I had to wipe it off and start over. So if it looks a little bit different, that's why. But anyways, moving on. Now we have from Bite Beauty the Upswing Extreme Longwear Liquid Eyeliner. It is Stay in Control with super precise, stress-free application, ultra pigmented jet black color, fade and smudge resistant for $25. Guys, I'm just not going to pay $25 for an eyeliner when you could get like something from, I think eyeliner and brow products, there's plenty that you could find from the drugstore for so much cheaper than this. Like that new Matte Manoy one from Physicians Formula, I think has that same kind of tip. I know Wet n Wild has one with that kind of a tip. So for me, that I can't justify spending $25 on a liquid eyeliner, so that's definitely a pass. Okay, let's talk about this from Colorpop. So they have this new Disney collab collection. So looking at this, you have these 3 palettes. Now, the Thumper one is like kind of the most original to me out of the 3, because when I look at the Bambi one and the Flower one, I instantly see the collections that they just released for what's it called, Animal Crossing, like that brownish and that purple. It looks just like what they just released. So for me, I don't understand that. Like, if you were going to do that knowing that you just released Animal Crossing, unless you're really trying to hit the nostalgia for people, I just don't understand it. They look way too similar to what they just put out. And I mean, that Animal Crossing isn't that old at all, but again, that kind of is Colorpop's, like the name of the game for Colorpop. They're just constantly releasing stuff regardless of previous releases or time frames or anything like that. They're just like, yeah, this looks cute, let's go ahead and release it. So I mean, maybe they don't care. Maybe, like I said, they really are just kind of factoring in that people are going to see the nostalgia of owning a collection that is about Bambi, and they won't care that they just bought the exact same thing with one less shade from the Animal Crossing collection. Alright, but also in this collection is not only the eyeshadows, but you also have these 3 glosses, which are pretty, but you have this, I don't even know what this is. What is this? Pixie Poof Highlighter Morning Light. Okay, I thought that they already tried this with that Candyland collection, or was it the Princess collection? They had another collection, I can't remember what it was, that had like one of these poofs. It may even have been a Princess collection, honestly. I'm not sure at this point. But I don't feel like that was a big seller from whatever collection that was. So the fact that they're trying to kind of do this again is like, why? Now granted, it's a different color. That other one was like a bluish color packaging in a light colored product. But still, it's just like, it didn't do well the first time. Why are you trying it again? No, the lashes. Of course, the lashes are something that could probably sell regardless. However, I don't like really the styles of these. Like, they're nothing crazy. I do like the 3 eyeliners. I think that kind of lilac-y pastel purple is really pretty. Although if I'm going to go with eyeliners, it's probably going to be something from my NYX Epic Wear eyeliners. One, because they're easier to get a hold of for me versus having to order from Colourpop. Unless I don't order from Colourpop unless it's going to be a big order, because it takes like 2 weeks to get here. So I'm not going to order for just one eyeliner. So for me, I'm going to go with NYX because I can get my hands on that a lot easier than I can Colourpop. So out of this whole collection, the only thing that really speaks to me is kind of that lilac-y purple eyeliner. So the majority of this is going to be a pass. Dior has released the Perfecting Translucent Powder with blurring effect, matte with a natural radiant finish, long wearing. Now when I first seen this, what is this called? It was like, oh, Face and Body Powder, No Powder. Is this another gimmick, kind of like how Becca had the no pigment foundation and it was basically just a primer? Like, what exactly is this trying to be? A no powder? The wording is a little like, really? Is that what we're trying to go for here? So anyway, there are 10 shades of this, a transparent gel base that is infused with soft focus pigments, and mother of pearl microparticles for a no powdery finish. Okay, so like, I get what they're saying, but I want to see it. I want to see the proof in the pudding that this powder isn't going to look powdery, you know? And the fact that it's $40 for a powder, the makeup lover in me is like, ooh, wouldn't that be fun to have something from Dior? I'm never going to purchase a $40 powder regardless of the hoity-toity woman that lives inside of me. And they even have apparently this brush that's supposed to go with it. The campaign picture is beautiful, but $40 powder, no thank you. Okay, let's see. A new mascara from Benefit, They're Real Magnet Extreme Lengthening Mascara. Developed with real magnetic technology for powerful length and lift. 36-hour wear. Okay, first of all, you should never be wearing your makeup for 36 hours. No thank you. 40% longer lashes. Lightweight, buildable formula, won't smudge or flake. Full size is $27. Regardless of how much length and how buildable the product may be, I cannot justify spending that much on mascara when I can get a mascara from Essence for $5. That is absolutely amazing. Like this one, the Essence Volume Stylist, I pretty much use this all the time because it's honestly my favorite as far as formula. I love the applicator. Like even the mini for $15. You could get 5 of these regular size one for the size of the mini. I mean, unless it, honest to goodness, makes your lashes look like you have fake lashes, like you have had lash extensions. Like it does the most for your lashes. It makes them black, it lengthens them, it separates them, it gives them volume, it holds the curl, it makes you look like you put on false lashes, but you haven't. I just can't ever justify spending $27 on mascara. Like, you just can't convince me. I think I'll stick with my Essence. Next we have from Huda this new brow product, the Balm Brows Micro Shade Brow Pencil. An ultra-fine 9mm tip retractable brow pencil that precisely defines shapes and fills your brows using tiny hair-like strokes that gives a microbladed worthy effects. to create brows that look on point, literally. Okay, so it's a pointed brow pencil with a spoolie. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 shades. It's vegan, waterproof, and how much does it cost? Can I get a price? $17 each. Can't. I just can't. Like, get yourself a micro pointed elf pencil for $5, or get the other one that comes in the white packaging for $2. $17 for a brow pencil, and especially a brow product. Like, you're gonna run through that brow pencil, especially since it's a micro pointed one. You're gonna run through that so fast, unless you need that waterproof because your job involves you being in the water and you want to make sure your brows stay on. I ain't got the kind of cash to throw down $17 on a brow pencil that I'm gonna use like that. So for me, this is a quick and hard pass. Okay, from Becca, we have a limited edition face and eye palette featuring all new shades of highlights, blush, and bronzer. Okay, first of all, it's a limited edition, so right there, it already kind of pumps the brakes on potentially purchasing it, because as someone who like reviews makeup, you don't want to continuously use stuff that people can't get their hands on. Like, not that I'm telling you to go out and buy anything I use, but if you see me using it and you're like, oh man, that's what I need, that's the product that would work best for me, and then it's limited edition and you can't use it, then I don't know, it's just kind of discouraging, I feel like. And also, it's the bronzer, medium bronze with golden pearls. Okay, so right there, I feel like that's going to be way too dark for someone with my skin tone, but I'm not mad about it because generally these kind of products are released for a lighter skin tone. So the fact that this is coming out for someone with a darker skin tone, I could see someone who doesn't like review makeup but just wants makeup for their own personal use potentially purchasing this because the shades work for them. But as for me personally, no, this is definitely going to be a pass. I love the packaging on the front. The packaging is really pretty, very springy, but the products inside aren't anything that I particularly am interested in or need right now. So this palette for $39 from Becca is going to be a pass. From Tatcha, as a part of the Silk family, they now have the Silk Powder Protective Setting Powder. The packaging is pretty. It's definitely the Tatcha aesthetic, obviously. It's kind of neat how it has whatever that is in the middle. I don't think it serves any functional purpose, but it's like the Tatcha brand insignia, if you will. A protective, talc-free. Okay, so that's good for if you are looking for a powder for pictures. You shouldn't have issues with flashback. A talc-free setting powder that blurs pores, shields from pollution and blue light, and provides a translucent, soft, radiant finish for $48. I'm not so hip to this protecting from the blue light claim from a powder that you're lightly going to dust onto your face. You know what I mean? So I can't really speak to that, but a $48 powder, that's awful pricey. Let's see what people are saying. Is that all full size? Is it a loose powder or pressed? It's obviously loose. So excited. My checking account knows no peace whatsoever. Finally, an exciting product release. Okay, so people seem to be really excited about this. For me, that's going to be a pass. $48 for a powder, especially when I'm a dry skin gal. That's a no for me, but I mean, everybody else seems to be pretty excited about this. Alright, so here's a fun one. Let's talk about this. Now, I did not grow up in the Blockbuster era. Well, not Blockbuster, the actual store. Like, I remember we had one in a town like a half hour away from me, so it's not something I ever went to. We did have a local movie store that I remember always going to with my mom whenever we would go get groceries, because it was right next to the grocery store. She would let me go in and pick out some movies, and I always thought that was the biggest deal. And it really was a heartbreaking moment when you pulled the movie off of the shelf and come to realize and the actual movie wasn't behind it. Like, you thought it was there and it wasn't. That was always heartbreaking. But here we have from Blockbuster. Is that who released it? Did Blockbuster actually? Oh, okay, hot topic. This palette inspired by Blockbuster. 12 shades for any mood, a generous mirror, and packaging that looks like a movie rental box. Okay, that's true. Hashtag nostalgia. Yeah. Okay, so let's just talk about the colors. I get both of the blue shades. I get the yellows. Like, why is this poopy brown color sci-fi? And like horror, why isn't horror like a much more intense bloody red? Like, sci-fi could have been a purple. Comedy, why is comedy that weird gray color? Okay, I understand that they were trying to keep the colors Blockbuster related, but if you already have the packaging that's kind of like doing the speaking for you, they should, the colors could have been different. What is that color for family? When you think of family, you think of like this ugly yellow shade. And like new releases, when I thought of new releases, it was like, ooh, something exciting. So they should have done some type of like glittery duochrome, something. Like, are all of these mattes, are they all matte shades? And here's another issue. This is coming from Hot Topic, so I don't know what their formula is going to be like. My guess is that it's not going to be very pigmented. Like, that's just the guess off the top of my head. So even though some of these shades look kind of pigmented, like action and adventure and drama, I almost would guarantee that they're not going to be that pigmented when you actually put them on. So this is a pass. It just, I get what they were going for, I get the nostalgia, but it was just kind of a fail. Like, it just didn't quite hit the mark for me, so this is definitely going to be a pass. Let's talk about Pat McGrath. Now, I own nothing from Pat McGrath, so as far as her formulas, I couldn't tell you in the slightest. But she has released these nude lip glosses presented in romantic limited edition heart-shaped vials. Okay, now, if I'm correct, didn't the KKW fragrance release come out before this? Because when I first seen this, I thought it was something coming from KKW. Now, granted, this is a lip product and her KKW's is a perfume, but still, it's like, really? I don't know. It looks, I mean, I honest to goodness thought this was something coming from KKW, not Pat McGrath. I mean, the lipsticks look pretty. That Flesh Fantasy looks gorgeous, but I'm not going to spend $25 on a lip product when I can go get something from Milani that I think will give me the exact same effect. So for me, this is a pass, and I was just curious if anybody else thought that this looked like the KKW package. Well, it's not, do you think? It absolutely does, but I guess it's a question of who came first, the chicken or the egg. Was it Pat McGrath or KKW? Okay, Too Faced Teddy Bear Collection. I like the play on words here. I actually even like the packaging. Like, that's cute with the little teddy bear on it and stuff. But as far as the actual colors inside, I don't know. It's just kind of boring. I don't know. Sometimes you got to think with makeup, how much more revolutionary can someone get, really, with everything that has already been produced. But, okay, the eyeshadow palette, a face powder, and a lip injection. The eyeshadow palette is pretty. But it's, you know, pinky browns. It's like, like you don't know what to say, but you know what I mean whenever, oh my gosh, hello, Mackenzie. Can you pay attention to the highlight here? I'm sorry, give me one moment. I went a little haywire with the highlight. Okay, 2 more things and we can wrap this up. Man, I still feel like I ain't got enough blush, and I put so much blush on. Oh well, it's just gonna have to be what it is. Okay. So from Milani, I actually went and scrolled their Instagram page, and I don't even see this on their Instagram page, but they have the Milani All-Inclusive Eye, Cheek, and Face Palette. They have 2 shades, light to medium, and what I believe is medium to dark. Now, first of all, I am to Milani that they even attempted to put out multi-palettes for different face tones and colors. Like, so a lot of times these face palettes all in one are geared for one skin tone, which is just ridiculous. Like, if you're going to do that, you have to at minimum have 2. So they do have 2. So this has a highlight, a bronzer, 2 blush shades. I believe one is matte, one is shimmery, and 3 eyeshadow shades. So yeah, this one I like. This is something that intrigues me, but again, I don't even see it on Milani's Instagram page. So it's like, why aren't they promoting this? But anyways, this one intrigues me. And then I also want to talk about Pure. for spring 2021, they are releasing this new 4-in-1 Skin Perfecting Powders face palette. Now, another reason I'm bringing this up is because they have released this with 3 different choices. You have your light, your medium tan, and a deep. And so, again, to Pure, I say, for releasing these face palettes and realizing you can't release just a one and done face palette for people, because all the colors are not going to work. Selection of powders for someone with light skin would be perfect for me. That bronzer is not too cool, it's not too orangey or red, like it's perfect. Looking at the tan one, it's much more dark, it's richer, and then looking at the one for deep skin, it is actually stinking deep. And from the picture on the internet, of course, you know, in life or real life swatch may be different, but it doesn't look too purpley or anything like that. It actually looks tan, deep, and rich. So again, that is from Pure. I just want to say bravo to you. And so that is all I have for today's purchase or pass. I guess what was there only one product that I really was like, oh yeah, I could see me purchasing that. But anyways, let me know down below what are the new releases that you are intrigued by, or you're like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.